Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hi.
Hi.
Are we live? Hi, welcome to another episode of Holistic Health and Hot Mamas. I'm here with my co-host Brooklyn, Bradley the Four. So thank you. Welcome to the program. So we want to start out. First of all, I'm going to welcome Brooklyn to the program and say hello and tell me. First of all, I want to say you look fabulous without makeup. It's No Makeup Monday. We said we're trying something new. So you look beautiful. And so tell me what we have to celebrate this week. What happened that's fabulous?
So this week I have a few little celebrations within my businesses. I brought 2 new people onto our team at the spa, and I got my sign finally for my new store, which I'm really excited about because I put it off forever. The one that I got was really expensive, and so I wanted to just make sure that everything was on it, everything was spelled correctly, because like once you order it, that's it. There's no going back. And so I was really nervous. It took me a couple of weeks to actually order it. But I did, and I got it in, and it's perfect, and I'm celebrating because it's going to help tremendously, and it is so beautiful. And then I also completely redid my work schedule, and I'm very excited about it because it's going to be more it's just going to be better for work and for home life, balancing work and family. And yeah, so I'm excited.
So perfect. Anything you can do to improve the quality of your life is certainly a celebration. So I agree with that. I have something huge to celebrate. I know that some of the viewers know that my son has Asperger's, and so he has his victories come. They look like other students' victories, and passed his driver's test this week, and we're celebrating. That's so exciting. Yay! I was a little bit nervous about it. And so we have a licensed driver in the house, another licensed driver, which is a big celebration in many ways. Now I can start sending him on errands, picking up the other kids. I am going to be able to modify my work schedule and go in a little bit earlier because I won't have to drive them to work, which is great. I usually work 9:30 to 5:30 on my during the day. Now I can switch it up and go in a little bit earlier, get home a little bit earlier, and that's going to improve the quality of my life too.
That is wonderful.
So thank you. That's exciting. And that's something I'm really looking forward to. So, and something else I want to celebrate that actually brings, and I want to bring this up. So Randy, oh, nope. No, that's not it. Go home early. Congrats to your son. So thanks, Randy. I appreciate that. So I'm a little bit delayed on the comments, but so I also want to say I connected with 2 friends of mine that I haven't seen. Well, I've seen one periodically throughout COVID, just in the driveway. And then another friend of mine I haven't spoken to in some time. And I'm hoping that she's going to be able to pop on tonight. And she is actually, during COVID, she discovered that she was diagnosed with cancer, and she had a long, hard battle and fought her way back. And both of these women are very much into holistic health and natural remedies. And she's actually going to hopefully be coming on. And if not, I'm going to put this out there to you. And she's looking for some natural remedies and holistic methods, really she's the opposite of not most individuals, but she's looking for safe, healthy, effective ways to gain weight. And are there any supplements that we can recommend, or practices or behaviors? And she's also she prefers not to have a lot of sugar, which is really one of the really keys if you want to gain weight in a rapid way. So I think that's a challenge for us that we could both look into over the course of the next week, and maybe we can talk about that next week.
Yes, I will. I'm going to make a note right now to look into that for her. And yeah, we can definitely talk about that next week.
So perfect. And I think that that's something that we could probably advertise. I'm sure there's many people who are in remission from cancer, and thankfully, and I'm so excited to say that she's on the other side of it. But it'd be nice to give her some supplements that might make her feel better, in regard to that.
Right.
So I think that that's something, we definitely could really be a service of out there in the world. So good.
Well, congratulations to her for being in remission. That's amazing.
That is amazing. All right, so where do we want to go next? I was reading, I don't know if everybody remembers that we were going to try the zombie facials. I have my belt right here, but it takes 15 minutes to dry.
Yep.
Do we want to go and start with that, or do we? What do you want to do? I'm gonna turn it. Or do you want to? We could talk about self-care around the world. Or Justin's given us an idea. He's saying
zombies.
Go with the zombies.
So maybe because I won't be able to wash mine off until we get done. And I don't care if I look like a zombie for the whole, the rest of the episode. We can do it right now, or we can wait a couple of minutes and then put it on. What do you think?
All right, well, whatever you want. I have a little bucket of water, so I'll be able to rinse it off. But let's go a little bit. We might as well go with the go and enjoy ourselves and make it free for a bit. So what is trending out there? And did you find anything trending? Or we can talk about our challenges. Or did we have any questions out there last week? I don't really know if we had any questions. I don't think I had very many questions.
So I had 2 questions that I thought would be good to talk about. In the store, I recently started doing business with a company, and they make a stone deodorant. It's a Thai stone deodorant, because one of the things with my followers right now is getting a natural deodorant that actually works. And the company that I was using, we loved them and still love them, but it would get kind of gooey, especially when you're in Texas, just because, they don't have all the preservatives and stuff holding the deodorant together. And anyway, she went out of business recently. And so I've been on the hunt for a new deodorant. Well, I found a Thai stone deodorant, and I have never heard of this. I didn't know anything about this. I bought some for the store, and we have all been trying it out. It is the most interesting thing. It is a hard stone, and it is in the shape of a stick. And all you do is you wet it down just a little bit and then put it on like regular deodorant. It's 100% natural. And I didn't think it was going to work, but it does. And the science behind it, yes, the science behind it is it's 100% natural, containing only crystallized natural mineral salts, which kills odor-causing bacteria in your skin and on your body. And so it's just a stone-shaped deodorant, and all you do is wet it down. I don't know how long it lasts, but I feel like it's going to last a really long time. So that's one of the hot topics that we've been talking about on my end of social media. And then last week, we were talking about natural Botox. So I did a little bit of research on if they make natural Botox. And of course, 1,000 results came up of natural ways to avoid Botox while still, getting rid of the wrinkles. Well, I finally found one search that says was talking about how Botox is not unnatural. It's basically made from the bacteria that causes botulism. And they were like, don't let that scare you. It sounds worse than it is, but it's botulinum toxin type A, and it is a natural bacteria, and it's not considered to be, Botox is not considered to be a synthetic substance like other like fillers and wrinkle treatments. So that was good to know that it's not considered a synthetic formula that's going into your skin.
So that's probably why it's utilized in medical procedures, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So I don't know what's trending in my areas. I think that really after the Olympics, I think that what's trending in some regards is people are going out and trying some of the sports in regard to exercise. We have some people who are, I have read about, who are out there trying to do artistic swimming and diving and all types of things. And I think that really does say something. If you're reluctant to exercise and you're going out, and I think the Olympics always make things sound and look much more fun. So if exercising is a fun endeavor for you, I agree. It's going to prompt you to go out there and do it more often. And I especially love it when you go out and do it with a friend. And that being said, I went on a little hike. We went to a party, and that's one of our challenges. But I'm going to throw it out there because it's movement. We went to a party up in the mountains, and unfortunately there was little hiking trails, so I got to go with my parents, which was exciting, and the view was very nice. It was short. It wasn't, and my sister went along as well. It wasn't long. You know, my father's very active, but he's also in his 80s, so the terrain was a little bit tough, and we had we didn't have proper hiking shoes on. So, and it's just movement out there with some friends and family, and it just made it a lot more fun.
Yeah, so I bet it was beautiful.
So perfect. Now, how about you? What did you go out and do any hiking, or how did it go?
I got in the pool this weekend. And that was wonderful. It rained on us. It did not storm. It rained on us while we were in the pool, and that was just a good experience. Like, it hardly ever rains over here without storming, on the days that you're in the pool. And I loved that, just having the rain come down and you're outside and it's beautiful. And it was so like cooling. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that we didn't. I thought that we'd have to end up getting out of the pool and going home, but we didn't. And it was really nice. But I'm still going hiking with my friend. I think that we plan on doing that next week. For my birthday is next week. And so I think that we're going to go hiking for my birthday, and I'm really excited about it.
That is exciting. Randy's saying he still needs a hiking buddy. So we're hiking with you in spirit, Randy. So,
that's right.
So maybe, so here's a good option, Randy. So maybe when you're out hiking, if you can't find a buddy, then tell me when you're going, and I'll talk to you on the phone. I'll be your buddy long distance, but we can chat. I'll hike on my end. It could be like a virtual, right? A virtual hiking buddy. I think that's an option too. A lot of people are doing that now. They're doing virtual 5Ks and marathons. The COVID really prompted a lot of those things, and I think that actually might be a good prospect for people who don't have anybody in their area. If you have friends across the country and that's really the reality now. We've connected with so many people around the world virtually, so why not have virtual exercise clubs and hiking buddies and things like that?
COVID has definitely required us to get creative, and I kind of love like all of the different things that people are coming up with to still do things that they love while not being able to have a normal life situation. So it's been interesting to see what everyone has come up with.
I agree, and I think that it's probably going to be I would say, just from watching accounts, we're probably going to be back going into some more widespread restrictions and hopefully not lockdowns, but I believe there'll be some more restrictions in place. So it will continue to evolve and find new methodologies to have fun and enjoy life, because that's really the basis of life. We don't want to be totally in isolation. So I'm excited about that. I'm like, all right, Randy, we're in. So I think that that might even be a challenge. I'm going to put that might be my challenge for the week, to find, if you don't have anybody, to let's get some virtual friends and some endeavors in that regard.
So one thing that I've been doing on Fridays is called Fact Friday. And I put it down in here to talk about because I kind of knew this, but I didn't know exactly. And I was just kind of mind blown when I thought about it. But so my Fact Friday for this past Friday was, our skin has 2 million holes in it. And
Really?
yes. And 60% of what we put on our skin goes directly into our bloodstream. And so if you get lotions or creams or serums or sunscreens or any of those things and put them on your skin, 60% of that, whatever is in it, is going right into your bloodstream and can potentially screw up your hormones. It can cause headaches, depression, anxiety, all kinds of things. And so anyways, that kind of blew my mind when you see it like written out that way. You just have to be so careful with the ingredients that you're putting into your skin.
I agree too. I think too that goes back to what we spoke about when we were talking about the baby products. How, I had read that study that before a baby's born, they already have 200 chemicals in their system. So
Yes.
not only is it not going into our own bodies, it's going into for any young mothers into their systems as well, which is really shocking and alarming. I think that brings up something else that I'd really like to talk about on a future episode is, what about sunscreens? There's certainly benefit in sunscreen, and I'm a full advocate of that, being a melanoma survivor, but, are all sunscreens created equal? I think that would be an interesting topic.
Yes.
Yeah, because think about that. We slather that all over our children. I don't know. Are there organic sunscreens, and are the chemicals in sunscreens? Are there any detriment to them?
I'm making a note right now.
I'm glad you're always on the note. You're on the note taker. You're great at that.
I have notes everywhere. Y'all should see my office. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm learning from you, because I actually stopped on the way home to get a big 5-subject notebook so I can keep track of everything, all the tasks you're giving me. I need 5 subjects. I can't even do a single subject notebook. So that's exciting. So and what about self-care? Maybe that's a good thing I could do too. I could Fact Friday. How can we make it into a Monday? We can turn it around. Well, Fact Friday's fine, and maybe I'll find a fact too as well in regard to something to do. I think that's another fun one. We're coming up with some fun ideas.
Yes.
So we have self-care around the world. Anybody have any ideas? Fact Friday, what can we call it? Something about Mondays. What is Motivation Monday? That's a common one, but that's not about facts. Mindfulness
Monday.
Mindfulness Monday, that's good.
Because you're kind of like learning about, health, wellness, self-care in order to be more aware of, certain topics. And so maybe Mindfulness Monday would fit, or something similar to that.
Something to do with the mind. So engaging our mind in some way. Mindfulness Monday. But I don't know if people... Yeah, mindfulness is good, but we'll see. Let's think about it. That's our go-to for now. Let's call it our Mindfulness Monday segment. Now we have 3 segments. We have care, we have mindfulness. Maybe we'll even switch it up every other week since we have so many broad topics. And then we can also do Makeup Monday. We can have that segment too. We said we're going to try some makeup products. Yeah, I'd love to try some lip glosses and see how they work out too. or some type of. And Justin is usually, as usual, is throwing the comments at us in the. I don't want to bring him up, Justin, because we don't want to get too arrogant. But Brooklyn and I certainly appreciate all your compliments. So thank you for that. And so my self care. Do you want to delve into the self care piece? I
Yes.
found, and it kind of plays into Mindfulness Monday, which is why I'm bringing it up at this point. And I'm going to read about it. But I guess uh, across Latin America, there's a stigma attached to seeking psychological treatments or therapy in any regard. So, and Argentina has the highest number of psychologists per capita in the world. So they are taking mental health to an entirely different level over there,
Wow.
and they engage in talk therapy. So they go out and they have coffee and they speak volumes about their care. And so instead of being in crisis, they go out with the groups and they have engage in almost like little, I don't want to call it, well, maybe on parties or gatherings where they discuss their mental health with one another and the challenges that they're facing. And I think that's great. I love that idea. I think there's
Yeah.
nothing, especially, I think it's much easier for women. There's nothing more important to us than chatting with our girlfriends. And for the exact purpose of that, putting a name on it, talk therapy, I think that's fun and certainly important.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Keeping it inside does more harm than good. Letting it out, talking it out, venting, in a healthy way with someone that you trust who can just be a listening ear. I think that is one of the best forms of self care, mental health care out there, because it really helps to get it out, but it also helps to hear it come out of your mouth. And you feel better, but you might also get another view on it. And I think it's really important.
I agree. Definitely. I think since we're talking about that, another great thing, and it's a little veering off, it's not talking, but journaling is another great option. And I've read a few studies about that where uh, I read that if you take the thoughts out of your head and actually transfer them to paper, it's 10,000 times, I believe the study said, more impactful than just speaking them. So journaling, because supposedly it takes the thoughts out of your head and puts them in a more concrete place, and then you can refer to it or really kind of put it to rest. So I find that interesting. I mean, I am so organized and neat with my writing and printing that it takes me forever to write anything down. So I typically don't.
Yeah.
Journaling would become, my. But I might try that. I might start typing out some thoughts at night now that we can. Well, even texting is painful for me, but I'm still a 2 finger texter. But I might type out some things every night and see how that goes. And Randy's agreeing. I think that's a great idea for you, Randy. Randy's saying he needs to journal more. I don't. These My new computer is delaying all the comments, but so Randy's saying he needs to journal more. So I agree. I think that's great for your well being.
Just reading the comments. Hey, I don't take that long to get ready. If it's any consolation, I can take a shower, wash my hair, fix my hair, put makeup on, get dressed, and be out the door in 30 minutes.
That's impressive. So I actually had now that I had to challenge myself this week, and I don't wear a ton of makeup in the daytime. It's different at night. But even then, I literally, and I don't typically do this. I take my time. I was pressed for time. I took a shower. I blew dry my hair. I got my lunch ready all in 25 minutes and was out the door. So
Yeah.
I learned this week that you really can do it. And I just let my hair air dry and it blew dry. I just blew out the top and went on my way. So that's funny.
Did you get?
So Randy's hopefully I'll be on. Randy said he doesn't mind. Women can take as long as they want to get ready. He has no problem with it. So I love that, Randy, because some men do.
It only takes me a long time if I'm listening to music.
And dancing around, so that's fun.
Yeah.
And mine does too if I'm like going to an event and I want to put my hair up or something that I do that's typically unusual. It takes forever to put my hair up because I'm horrible at it. But I think that now I'm much less concerned. I think that's a good thing about COVID is like even tonight we're on here makeup free. I'm much less concerned worrying about what people think of my appearance. I spent so many years worrying about that. Now it is what I is. I am who I am, and I have a much deeper level of self acceptance than I ever
You look beautiful without makeup.
have. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's the lighting, but I'll take it. I'll take the compliment.
Oh,
So Justin's very curious about your nose
yes.
piercing.
I just think that I am a very gaudy person and I love to sparkle. Um, and I always wanted piercings. I was always too afraid to get them. And then at 19, I just kind of said, you know what? Why am I so scared? It won't, last but 2 seconds. So I just started getting piercings and I love the sparkle. I love glitter. I love rhinestones, diamonds. Like I love all of that kind of stuff. And so I do. I love piercings. I got my first one at 18 or 19, I think, and it's just gone from there.
All right. Well, Justin's a fan. He's saying they look good.
Thank you.
And then he's also asking why I don't want one. Well, I don't know. I just don't envision it for myself. I think they look cute on women a little bit younger than myself. But I don't know, Justin. I just don't see it happening for me. I just would be, I just conservative like that. I usually, typically, actually, I love earrings. I love bracelets. And I usually wear a lot of those things. I really haven't since COVID. But yeah, and I like sparkly things too, but I don't see it on my nose. First of all, that is the one part of my body I dislike is my nose. So I certainly don't want to bring attention to it. So I think, how we all have that one body
Yeah.
part we dislike. That's it for me. So I don't know if I want any bling in there, Justin. I'm usually contouring it, trying to make it look a little thinner, but not tonight. I'm all out there. But once I get this zombie facial, I'm going to look 20 years younger anyway. So it's not going to matter.
I know. I'm really excited about it.
So maybe we should get to it because we have to apply it. We have to mix it. We have to do all. Well, what about your self-care? Did you find a self-care?
I did. And actually, I really relate to this one. And I was excited to find that it is a staple in Sweden. So Sweden, and y'all, I have no idea how to pronounce this. I don't know if it's fika or fika, but in Sweden, they adopted like drinking coffee as like on a cultural level, and they call it fika. I'm going to go with fika. And it's something that they practice as a self-care ritual. They just, sit down with their coffee and decompress and reflect on either their morning or what they have going on for the day, or just sit in the peace and the still and the quiet and just enjoy the warmth and the smell and the flavor of their coffee. And I'm telling you, I have already done this. Like I get up 2 to 3 hours early in the morning, even though I don't have to, just to have that time with my coffee. And it's not even the caffeine. Like the caffeine has nothing to do with it. For me, it's the peace and quiet. It's watching the sun come up. It's having the warmth and cuddling up in my blanket, having a book in my hand. It's the whole process, and it just mentally prepares me for my day. And when I don't get that, for whatever reason, my whole day just seems to be thrown off because I didn't have that like mental prep for the day. And I love that. I love that it's a ritual in Sweden.
I love that too. I love a morning routine. I don't drink coffee, but I certainly love having a few moments to myself. Even if it's just in the car on the way to work, I'll listen to a motivational video or something to get me into the right mindset.
Yes.
Because I think starting out your day with something that you enjoy and something that brings a little bit extra peace into your life is really important. It sets the whole tone, don't you think?
It does. And they actually will even take a mid-afternoon, mid-morning break and like take a FICA break or whatever, just to kind of take a step back from what they've been doing all day and then come back refreshed, like a lunch break, but just with coffee and quiet.
Remember they used to call it the siesta. People, and I believe in Mexico they still take a siesta in the midday, which is perfect. So we have a question from Randy I want to bring up, and this is really for you. But what kind of lotion should he use for dry skin? His forehead gets really dry after a shower.
So I want to say, and we're going to talk about this, I think this is our topic for next week, the rose line is really good for dry skin, something with rose in it. And I know that we'll talk about this later, but I don't want to give anything away, but I will be bringing some of that on to next week's live and just kind of doing something fun during our live for that.
Okay, fun. I'm going to have to get some then. You're going to have to send me the link so that I can be in the know too. And maybe I might maybe I'll send a sample out to Randy too. So I have his address. I can sneak him some because I think we talked about the rose line for his rosacea too. Right. And we said that would be good and good for that. And then I do have the rose tea. Should we start drinking that this week? Maybe you could try that and give an update. I'll drink a little bit of rose water tea every day this week. And then I can speak to that while you speak to the rose skincare line.
Yes, I got some tea and I thought, which I want to start trying it this week too, but maybe we can drink some during the show next week.
Perfect. We can, what can we call that? Well, that'll be great. So Justin's asking, and I think this is a little bit funny. Do you shave your legs a lot? In the summer I do, in the winter not so much. And actually I'm very fair skinned, so the hair on my legs is really light, and so I don't do it too often actually in the summer, but not in the winter.
Yeah, I actually get lasered, so I don't shave my legs at all.
So Bryce, and we talked about that last week, and I might try that. That might be something I try too. But so so I'll have to think about it because I'm not sure how much when I think now I do have a lot of hair on my arms. I guess that's something interesting. I'd like to try it anyways, just to check it out, especially since you told me it's much more reasonable than I would have imagined.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's so great. So all right, so we jumping in, or we have
Justin jumping in. We have our zombie pack, whatever this is, and our activator.
Okay. All right. So the instructions say, right? So here we go, everybody. It's the zombie beauty pack.
So this is like a powder. There's a powder in here.
No, I'm not going to be great at it because I can't even get the package open. All right, here we go. All right, I'm in. This is exciting,
pour the
everybody.
Activator into the packet or to the pod. Pour the activator packet into the pod.
All right, we want to use the correct terminology.
I don't know if that's the correct terminology.
So I don't know. What do you think about the smell? It's okay, I guess.
I can't get mine open.
I can't get it open. And I didn't bring scissors over. I'm prepared with everything but the scissors. It has a little tab to cut, but it's not very easy.
No, it's not.
Okay. And the good thing about this package is, I think that let's talk about actually the trend and the price, and we forgot about that part. What the phenomenal price, the original price compared to this product you found.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. So The original one is called a Hanacure facial, and it's like a 3-in-1 facial. And it was what, 110, the first one that I found. And so I was like, surely there's got to be a more reasonable one. And we found one for, oh gosh, what, $20?
I think it was 18 and it came to 28 by the time we paid for shipping, but it's also an 8-pack. It's, it's $28 for 8.
Yes. It comes, here's the box.
Yeah.
It's got 8 of all these little packets, and it comes with a applicator brush.
All right, so I'm gonna start stirring up the activation.
Did you get yours open?
I got it open.
I'm still over here struggling. Hold on, I'm grabbing scissors.
All right, be careful with the stirring because it goes all over.
Okay.
All right, so I'm stirring, everybody. I'm stirring in the little pod, the activator.
Okay.
I don't love the smell. I mean, it's fine, but it's not. It's a little chemically. Not too bad. So maybe this would work. Maybe I should send out a pod and an activator out to Randy. This might help with this. Yeah, that would be fun. All right, so it looks like, I don't know if everybody can see it, probably not.
It looks like cake batter.
Yeah, it looks a little yellowish, like a vanilla cake batter. All right, so I'm going to read the package again. So apply the formula evenly all over the face except the areas around the eyes and mouth. And after 10 to 15 minutes, once the pack is completely dry, rinse thoroughly with water. All right.
I'm so excited.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to use my camera as the mirror. Well, I do have a mirror. I might have to use the mirror. Oop. Oh. All right, so the brush, here's the point. No, the brush does not stay in the activator without holding it. And I have a little on my keyboard now. Randy's telling us not to get the powder in our noses.
Thank you, Randy.
Good suggestion.
Oh my gosh, this is hard to do backwards.
Oh, it's not supposed to be around our mouth.
Oops. But that's the part that I want to be tight.
I know, the fine lines. Justin saying I need a haircut. Thank you, Justin. I might have to get the little mirror open. Maybe not. It's hard to manage all this because the brush tips over. And I don't know if I won't be able to see anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Justin saying the makeup looks good. Well, it's not really makeup. It's like a face mask that is going to harden and make us look like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, so we're being quiet. It actually goes a long way. I didn't think the whole little pack would cover our whole face, but it really does.
It does.
It feels like a mask. It feels like, have you ever like put on egg whites? Have you ever done that? That used to be the thing to put egg whites on. Or it feels like that. Oh my God.
I didn't do a good job keeping it away from my eyes and mouth.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't get it too close to my eyes. I don't care so much about my mouth as I do my eyes, because I'm sure it would burn. All right, so I think we look better already, everybody.
I look very moisturized.
Right. But I can feel it starting to tighten already.
Yes. I took a before picture.
Oh, you did?
Just to see if there was like a difference in my skin.
Yeah, I should have done that. I can feel it tightening on my hair is sticking into it. You're right, Justin. I should have put my hair back or done something. All right, let's put the timer on at 6:40. Well, you're not taking it off till after we get off. I might not be able to either.
No.
I actually have an interview after this, so I'll be on with the person with my hair with my skin all crazy. So that's
okay.
funny. And Justin said I need a bow tie on my hair. You mean a scrunchie, Justin?
No, I thought about getting one of those big headbands with the bows on them just because we were doing this.
That would be fun. I thought about that too, but then I figured, well, if I'm not going to have makeup on, I want my hair to look good at least.
I know. I curled mine and I was like, what are you going to do when you start putting the mask on?
So, all right. So it feels interesting. It certainly feels interesting. So let's talk about what our challenge is going to be for next week for people. We said we have the hiking. We said the virtual buddies. What else can we have people do? Maybe we could tell them to do a little bit of journaling. That might be something.
Yes. Do journaling. And maybe your challenge from me is going to be find us a product to try live. What do you want to see us try live? I would love to know. I love having like suggestions from other people to get different like things, you know.
So here's a challenge. We have, and I don't know if anybody else is listening, but we have 2 men on. What are some challenges? What are some products that you'd like to try for men? I mean, are there shaving creams or, what are men's products that you'd like to use? Shampoos, hair care products, cologne. Justin saying, would I ever dye my hair for a challenge? I dye my hair every 6 weeks, Justin, without the challenge. But I don't know if I would do it for a challenge. I might put it in temporarily. I might do a color temporarily, but I probably won't do a permanent color. And I'll tell you why. So I know that I've spoken on the program a couple of times about how I've lost my hair twice, but really one of the times that I lost my hair was because I went to, and someone who had been doing my hair is a high-end salon actually, and they were doing my hair for a couple of years, and I said I wanted some auburn highlights, and I was starting a new job, a very conservative job, and I was starting a new job that week. I wanted some highlights, and my hair literally, I don't know what happened, but it came out hot pink. And I was too embarrassed to say, not embarrassed, but I didn't want to hurt their feelings, So I left and I went home and I dyed it myself brown back to my natural color that same day. So, and then I went back again in 6 weeks and it happened again. And so the same thing, and my hair became so over processed, and I was in a nutritional deficit at that time. I used to go on these crazy diets, and just it all culminated together, and I just started losing a significant amount of my hair. So now I'm pretty conservative about the color because I don't ever want to have to, try to, over process it and try to correct it. Now I go to some place fabulous. So my mouth is getting so tight, it's hard to
know. I'm just letting everyone know that I can't smile right now. So excuse the RBF.
I know, it's so much tighter than I imagined.
I can't move. Like literally, this is as much as I can move my mouth.
So it feels so crazy, guys. So Randy's asking a good question. What is the best shampoo and conditioner for, I got to get back up to it because Justin has a lot of questions, but For thick hair, I can't even find that question now. Randy saying you already. I like that. I like that comment. So I already look like a zombie with working nights. So we we can't laugh right now, Randy.
I
Our
can't
mouths
laugh.
don't move. It is so tight, isn't it?
Look.
It's shocking.
Y'all, seriously? I can't move my face. This is it.
It is. This is funny. So it feels super. It feels cool in a way. Where is Randy's question? The best shampoos and conditioners for thick hair for men. Let me ask this: Are shampoos do shampoos for men and women really have to vary?
No, they don't. I would just make sure that you don't get a volumizing shampoo. Can you understand me? A volumizing shampoo. Just make sure that you don't get one. And then if you have thick, coarse hair, get a moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. And then just make sure that it's reputable and not, from somewhere that it's going to be diluted or expired. You want to make sure you avoid all of that.
Right, so I don't know if anybody can really see our faces.
Oh, wow.
I might have to change my lighting.
I know.
Let me see. Because it really...
Can y'all see this?
Let's see.
All these cracks.
Hey, I can make my lighting brighter. But it's definitely got the zombie... it would be too dark. Oh, hey.
Oh, look at my mouth. Do y'all see that?
On my jawline, it's like all
right here.
It's all caked. That's crazy.
It literally is like, it feels like one of those food savers, and it's like sucking up my skin.
So Randy said he can see it on me, probably because I turned my light off.
Oh, off? Let me try. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you can see it better with our lights off.
Wow.
Like I can, see. Oh my God, it's so dry. It doesn't even take 15 minutes. It's been 7 minutes. I've been timing it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It makes us look. It makes us look like 100. It has all the. It's.
I know.
It's interesting.
We're aging right here on the show.
Yeah, it's aging us before it's making us look younger.
I definitely recommend this. Like if you want to tighten your pores and your wrinkles.
So
this is amazing. I look 10 years, 15, slowly making my way to 30 years older.
Yeah, it definitely makes us look older. It reminds me of that movie. Remember that movie Benjamin Bratt or whatever with Brad Pitt?
Benjamin Button.
Oh yeah, Benjamin Button. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll have to. This will be interesting on Halloween. If anybody wants to use this for zombie makeup, it certainly works. Now I'm trying to feel. Did I get it everywhere? Yeah, I got it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it feels like? Did you ever have? I might put a little more around my mouth. Actually, did you ever? I'm going to get it right in that fine line. Get like those pore strips or like blackheads. That's what it feels like when they start to.
Yes.
They feel just like that. Oh, so Courtney's on. She's asking what face mask are we using? Can you see it, Courtney? We're using this zombie face mask. Where's our package? So it's supposed to make you look 15. Justin saying I look like an actor with makeup on. So it's supposed to make us look 15 years younger, Courtney. So that means you'll look about 10.
Before we look younger, we look older.
So maybe that's the trick. You look
Oh,
older while you
look.
have it on, so then you're, yeah.
Look at this. Look at this eye wrinkle right here.
Yeah,
That's
it's
wild.
definitely,
Ooh, look at this.
yeah, it's amazing. So Courtney, it comes in an 8-pack, so I can, let you borrow one. Randy's challenging us not to laugh.
I can't.
It really does feel tight. It's difficult. It really is difficult to laugh. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's interesting. My son's coming in. He wants to take a peek at me with the zombie makeup on. He'll be like, Justin is saying Kim Kardashian does this. I'm sure. Kim
Probably.
Kardashian uses the $110 product at the very least. She probably uses the $1,000 product. So.
Mhm.
So Courtney's tuning in. So that's a lot of fun.
I
This is
love
a lot
this.
of fun.
Now, I'm curious to know how often can we use this? Oh, 1 to 2 times a week.
You don't need to. It's so it's
heated to 3.
Yeah. We can use it 1 to 2 times a week for this facial.
that'll be interesting. I'm going to do it again before next week to see if the difference. We'll know right away if our skin is softer.
Yes.
That'll be interesting. And this actually, I wonder if this would be a good product for Randy, for the dry skin. Is it meant to moisturize, or it's hard to imagine it would moisturize because we feel so dry.
You probably it's going to help when you take this off and then put a moisturizer on top of it or a serum of some kind. And it'll probably help get deeper into your pores.
Yeah, you're right. And I have it dark in here now. I got my light off, so I can't read the box to see what we're supposed to do afterwards. I'll put my light back on.
It just says rinse with lukewarm water.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It has lavender oil in it. That's really good.
All right, so that's good. All right, so we're getting down to the last 8 minutes.
This was fun.
It was fun. So we're going to have to rinse off afterwards because I don't think we could get it off with just this little bucket of water.
Mm-mm.
Justin saying I look nicer. I look better and I'm nicer than Kim Kardashian. So thank you, Justin.
Look at this forehead.
So next week we're going to do the rose water. We're Journey saying anything to help with his dry skin. Well, it'll certainly, yeah. It makes me, yeah. It is so crazy how it makes us look so wrinkly when we're really not.
It's crispy.
Yeah, definitely crispy. So what's something fun we can challenge people to do? Well, we want them to bring a new product to us, but I'd love people to come on and tell us what their favorite product is. And,
yes. What is your go-to, your staple product?
Because we'd love to try it. I mean, there are lots of things that, just like Justin said, I mean, and he was kidding, but about the hair color. If someone has something fun to do, I'm certainly open to doing something fun. I don't want to. I'm probably not going to get a face tattoo or anything like that, but I'll try 1 or 2 new things. We can get a hot mama's henna tattoo, right? That would be fun. I feel like we really are, zombies or robots or something.
I know.
And then
it's getting even tighter.
I know, it really, really is. Justin saying Dove is the best. I don't. As far as my body, I'm pretty simple. I will say one of my go-tos that I've been using forever is I use ivory soap on my body because it's natural and light, and other soaps with a lot of, my skin is very sensitive, and other soaps that have a lot of uh, artificial not flavors, but fragrances really were really tough on my skin, so it was difficult to use. Um, so yeah, Justin saying we should do a meet and greet, and we should do that. You're exactly right, Justin. We'd love to. I'd love to get together with Brooklyn, and we could do some appearances around the country. Well, once our show is booming, we'll go out and we'll stand with the Kardashians. So that's
right.
something we could do. I'm probably going to make my way to Texas and make it down to the spa, and we could do a show live from there. That would be fun.
That would be so much fun.
So definitely, that's something I definitely would love to do. I think, I don't do a model competition. I don't think we're quite there. There's maybe Brooklyn, but I don't think the face mask is going to be that miraculous that I can be super status. But I'm comfortable with my own skin. Courtney's saying her favorite skincare product is the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. I haven't heard of that.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, that's something. Justin saying we could go to Shark Tank. Here is a fun fact, Justin. I tried out for Shark Tank several years ago.
Really?
For a product I did. I didn't make the cut. I didn't try out. I shouldn't say that. I submitted an application and I never got a call back. But it is something that I'm bringing the product back. I do believe in that product, and that's it for another show. But that's, that is, I think that's a great show, a great competition. But I don't know. Maybe Brooklyn and I could go on Shark Tank, but we'd have to think of something. We'd have to think of something to promote. Maybe when we'll launch a product line of our own products, and then we could go on. The CB, and that's another we're going to talk about, the CB. You could pitch your product idea. So, all right. So we're down to the last 4 minutes, and Randy can't think of a challenge. So let's recap. What are we going to concentrate on? We're going to do the rose water products, the skincare line, and we're going to drink the rose water tea. We're going to do some journaling. I think that those are a lot of good things. We're asking everybody to tell us what their favorite product is. And also, why don't you challenge us to try a product? If there's something you're interested in, you'd like somebody to try it, or even to look into a more affordable alternative, that's really something that Brooklyn's great at. So if there's something that you're interested in trying or seeing, or the trends of the day, let us know. And we're certainly willing to do it. And Brooklyn probably already has a great alternative right down in her shop. And if not, she loves to do research on those things.
I do. I love to learn.
So I don't know if I'd want to use that. Randy's saying he doesn't know if he would want to use the zombie product. He's a talker. It will be hard for him to talk. It's only for 15 minutes, Randy. You could do it. You can handle it, and just think of what you're going to look 15 or 20 years younger. Then more people will want to talk to you, right?
That's right.
So that's fun. So I think we have a lot on our plate for the next week. We've had a great week so far. This is a lot of fun. And we'll definitely have to tell you what our results are of this product, and maybe we'll put it in the Facebook group. I think we should. Well, we do have a Facebook group. We want to remind people of that, and we also have a TikTok. And this week I am going to, and actually maybe Brooklyn will too. This would be fun to put on TikTok. You're more savvy than I, so we're definitely going to do that, and that'll be fun. So we'll be in the limelight on that. We just started those 2 things last week, so we haven't really gone crazy with it. And I'm going to pass the login info to Brooklyn on TikTok, because she's already got a huge following, and so anybody wants to check her out on TikTok, go ahead and do that as well. It's Holistic Health for Us, and the letter N in Hot Mommas, and then Brooklyn is Brooklyn 3 with an E, 3 E's, right?
3 E's.
So. So that'll be good. So Randy's saying, good show, ladies. Thank you, Randy. You know what? I do want to say it was liberating to come on camera on a live show without any makeup. right? I mean,
Mhm.
it was. I usually brush around before the shows, and I'm trying to put on makeup, and Chris gets me on behind the scenes, and I'm touching myself up, and just be able to come on and feel makeup free. It just, I think it's, yeah, it says something. It's just
It's
another
freeing.
step. Yeah, it's freeing. You're right. That's exactly it. It's freeing. So perfect. So I'm going to let you give you the floor for the last minute, Brooklyn, and you can say the closing thoughts.
Yes, thank y'all so much for hanging out. I've really enjoyed our Monday talks. It's so much fun for me. I love self care. I love talking with you guys, answering questions. Don't forget, you can reach out to me at Brooklyn3 on TikTok or Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook at LaFleur Couture and ask me all your questions. I love getting questions. I can answer them live on the show, and Joanne and I can talk about different topics that you want to talk about. But I just love y'all so much. This is wonderful. And I appreciate the love and support that we have been shown all of our short little Mondays. And Joe, thank you so much for co hosting. I really do. I look forward to this and I enjoy it.
I do too. And my new signature line is, thank you, Brooklyn. I always look and feel more beautiful inside and out when I'm sitting next to you. So I love that. And then as always, I want to thank our man behind the scenes, Crispy Bacon. You can't, speaking of crispy, this is a perfect ending for us tonight, Crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, because we're crispy too. So
Mm-hmm.
thanks everybody. And we're looking forward to next Monday, but we don't want to wait until next Monday. Interact with us on all of our social media platforms, and we're going to be advertising them throughout the week, so you'll have no excuse. We're full access, and we love everything, and we love you guys too. So you can play us out, Chris. Thanks for another great week, guys.